King George V hunting in Nepal 1911. An emotional girl holds a bunch of grass where Ringo Starr walked. Los Angeles Airport, 1964. "12-year-old Christopher Walken." Women Air Force service pilots pose in front of a North American 8.6 Texan at Waco Army Airfield, Texas, 1944. The Wasps ferried aircraft, towed targets, and tested planes, freeing men for combat duty. IBM 5100 portable computer, 1975 model, 16 kilobytes of RAM, United States. Athletic exercise, Delhi Camp of Exercise, 1886. Members of the Hells Angels biker gang, 1973. The owners of one restaurant staged a public bacon skating event by heating up a giant frying pan and tying 2 pieces of bacon to a woman's leg so she could skate across the hot surface of the pan like an ice rink, the Great Depression. Berlin, Germany, 1985 to 2018. The postman delivered a letter at the address, 1940. Canadian soldiers patrol the destroyed Rue Saint-Pierre in Caen, World War II. "1944, a Frenchman gives a light to Winston Churchill." Facebook. Couple dancing Lindy Hop in the 1940s. Arnold Schwarzenegger with his daughter Christina, 1996. A woman falls to the beach after she was attacked by 3 white women segregationists when she attempted to wade in with several African American and white desegregationist demonstrators at St. Augustine Beach, Florida, on June 23, 1964. Fisherwomen place salt in barrels for salting herring, 1937. Richard Nixon crying, 1952. Bonnie Parker, 1933. Princess Elizabeth at one of the ceremonies in 1947-1949. Diving competitions with the Eiffel Tower in the background, Paris, 1912. Winston Churchill's birthday banquet, November 30th, 1943. I'm looking for my wife. Please stop and talk to me. German circus performer Carl Sander during a bike ride in London, 1932. (1972), Irish civil rights activist and politician Michael Farrell in Belfast. Inuit mother with smiling baby, Strentsruvin. People lined up in a snake-like formation on the beach, 1930s. A young woman plays the violin while her dog covers its ears, 1927. The United Nations building under construction with the Empire State Building in the background, 1949. New York City. Anna Nicole Smith in the late 80s. Margaret Thatcher in the USSR, 1987. A vintage photo of two dogs wearing hats. Mouthpiece for two. Marissa Tomei's yearbook photo in 1982. Olaf Scholz during his studies at the University of Hamburg, 1984. India's worst train disaster of 1981. McDonnell F-4B Phantom II of VF-111. Sundowners drops £500 Mi-82 ordnance over Vietnam, November 25, 1971. Actress Salma Hayek, not famous yet, but working as simple edecon for Revlon, late 1980s. Space Santa, 1960s. The rooster scared the child. Estonian punk girls, 1980s. Spanish Civil War. Citizens of the Spanish Republic ready to defend Barcelona from General Franco's fascist troops undergo marksmanship training on June 2, 1937. Barbra Streisand with her brother Sheldon, 1952, Brooklyn. Kodachrome shot of a lady underwater circa 1950s. Finnish flight attendants, 1969. Kurt Cobain with his daughter, September 1982. Preparing for Christmas, London, 1915. A 4-year-old girl points a toy gun at Margaret Thatcher, 1976. B-17 bombers break through anti-aircraft fire, 1944. Girl dressed as knight for Halloween around 1920. A group of people carrying an effigy of Guy Fawkes on a cart pulled by a donkey. Bonfire Night, London, 1876. Bruce Willis holding baby Rumer Glenn Willis in 1988. Frida Kahlo at age 4, 1911. In 1982, director Emil Lotianu invited Robert De Niro to the USSR to star in the film Anna Pavlova. De Niro arrived, but the State Film Agency rejected him for the role due to his involvement in the ideologically damaging film The Deer Hunter. On the evening of May 20th, young women, members of the Republican Party of Milford, Connecticut, decided to throw a party with purely male pleasures: tobacco, poker, striptease, and other. German single-engine Messerschmitt Bf-109 light fighter with its desert camouflage over Libya, 1942. One of the cheapest places to stay in New York City in the early 20th century, known as 7-cent bunks in a homeless shelter on Pell Street in New York, known as Happy Jack's Canva. A cadet from the 1st Polish Tank Division feeds a sow, Edinburgh, 1943. Linda Harrison reading the script from the film Planet of the Apes during a free time, 1967. Senior Women's Boxing, New York City, 1925. Paul Verhoeven and Arnold Schwarzenegger on the set of Total Recall 1989. French Catholic clergy in Dijon burned an effigy of Father Christmas in front of the city's children in protest against Pagan Christmas 1951. Sharon Stone, 1983. Sammy Davis Jr. at Atlantic City Beach with some ladies, August of 1954. Roy Cleveland Sullivan, superintendent of Shenandoah National Park, became famous for surviving 7 lightning strikes between 1942 and 1977. Angelina Jolie, 1980. Alfred Hitchcock and Alfred Hitchcock's head. Work on the monument to the founding fathers of the United States on Mount Rushmore. Tim Burton in a homemade costume, 1967. Johnny Depp celebrates his 20th birthday, 1983. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in St. Augustine, Florida, reacts after learning that the United States Senate passed the Civil Rights Bill on June 19, 1964. Photo for the cover of the album Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, 1975. Father training son, Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee. Joe Biden in 1965 edition of Blue Hen Yearbook. Young girl during the Great Depression, 1930s. The Windmill Theatre Girls frolicking on the Tower Beach, London, 1947. Queen Victoria with her children, 1852. The Queen personally erased her face from the photograph. She did not like how it turned out. A surviving prisoner of the liberated Mittelbau-Dora concentration camp holds a captured SS guard by the hair. American soldiers stand in the background left. Joseph Stalin smiles after signing the Non-Aggression Pact between Germany and the USSR, August 23, 1939. Newspaper hat, New York, 1946. Love a Fountain, Hawaii, 1969. Survivors and shocked residents of Hiroshima gather in the street 10 minutes after the atomic bomb, 1945. Public transport, Munich, Germany, 1944-45. Marlon Brando and Elizabeth Taylor. Patients of a psychiatric clinic. To calm the patients, medical workers swaddled them in wet blankets. Moving a house in San Francisco, 1919. Bill Clinton at age 4, 1950. The filming of the most famous photograph from the Conference of the Leaders of the USSR, United States and United Kingdom in Tehran, November 1943. Fyodor Makhnov, his height was 285 centimeters, and his weight was about 182 kilograms, 1900s. Ivy League students showing off their raccoon fur coats, 1920s. The Duke and Duchess of Windsor shed their English primness, kicked off their shoes and jumped around like children, 1959. Princess Elizabeth with her family, 1936. Paris flood in 1910. In Sweden, 1921, a grieving father beside his deceased daughter who lived less than a month. Bridge over the Capilano River Canyon, Vancouver, 1908. Hans Hermann on the Berlin Autodrome track, 1959, West Germany. Messerschmitt Bf 110, German fighter bomber after being shot down 10th October 1940, London, England. Great Cedar Tree, Stanley Park, Vancouver, BC, 1897. Young Samurai Training Course, Tokyo, Empire of Japan, 1930. For ranch hand, C-123 aircraft spray liquid defoliant on a suspected Viet Cong position in South Vietnam in September of 1965. Chevy Chase and Sidney Catalin Chase. Agatha Christie, 1898. Christmas Disaster, the fall of an inflatable Santa Claus during the annual Macy's department store parade in New York City, 1941. Macaulay Culkin and Arnold Schwarzenegger, 1991. A long winding stream of Korean refugees board a vessel in Hungnam Harbour, North Korea on December 21, 1950, as they flee the advancing Chinese communists and North Koreans. John Lennon on the set of Magic Mystery Tour in 1967. Woman demanding the right to vote arrested, 1914. Jackie Kennedy, wife of Senator John F. Kennedy, talks on the telephone at home in 1960, while her young daughter Carolyn mimics her with a toy phone. Martin County was a physician who saved over 7,000 premature babies when medicine didn't yet believe they could be nursed back to health. In the early 20th century, he used incubators to give babies a chance. The Beatles just is riktigt god. Two women wearing raven masks, 19th century. Frank Sinatra. Children's Street Music Band. Girl with Her Doll Collection, 1930s. Jim Morrison. Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, 1990s. A Prisoner Caught in a Net, Hout Ubangi, 1905. A rare photo, Hitler wearing glasses. The Führer was self-conscious about his poor eyesight and the topic was taboo. Chorus girls at the Music Box Theatre, now the Fonda Theatre, at 6126 Hollywood Boulevard, Los Angeles, United States, circa 1927. Kermit the Frog and Piggy Pig make an unannounced visit to the set of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, 1979. A woman reading and smoking a cigarette while bathing, 1930s. American dancer of the 1960s. Elizabeth Taylor,